You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. Drew Quartermaine is about to propose, and Ric is going to infuriate Sonny. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and as always, our predictions are based on recent episodes, official ABC soap opera spoilers, and promos that we have seen. We've got predictions for Holly, Lucky, Jason, and Anna all together, for Drew and Nina, for Carly and Brennan, for Ric, Ava, and Sonny, and for James, Willow, and Drew. So our very first prediction, I think Holly Sutton is going to help everybody escape. Jason, Anna, Lucky, maybe even Kevin and Laura. So Kevin and Laura, as you know, are already overseas looking for Lucky. Anna is planning to rendezvous with them. On Friday, Anna got the location from Brennan and she hopped on the plane headed to Africa. Jason showed up on the same flight, told her she's in his seat. And then we have no spoilers for them until Thursday, the 19th, when spoilers say Anna and Jason are busy hunting Lucky based on the info from Brennan. And of course, they got that info from Isaiah also, who was telling them about how good Sidwell's security is and that the only weakness is his girlfriend, whom he calls English. I wonder if it's going to cross Anna's mind that English is what Luke used to call Holly. I mean, it should spark something in her brain. That's not a name out of nowhere, given who we're talking about. So that same day on Thursday, Lucky is determined to escape Sidwell. And then by Friday the 20th, Jason and Anna are in danger. Now we know that Holly is running a con. She's trying to get diamonds from Sidwell. But when a lot of people that she knows are in danger, will she finally step up? She hasn't been too keen on helping Lucky get out of his life or death problem. She basically told him, you're like your dad. You know, you can roll with the punches. You can keep yourself alive. She's being greedy and merciless. And I just wonder at what point that the switch might flip and she does the right thing and helps everybody get out of there, or at least distracts Sidwell while they all run. Our second prediction, Drew Quartermaine proposes to Nina Reeves. So the false spoilers for GH say that Drew wants to get Willow off his mind, and so he is going to turn to Nina with an interesting proposition. Spoilers for this week, on Tuesday the 17th, say Drew does something decisive. That's the same day spoilers say Nina talks to Sasha about her feelings, and the only person she's feeling anything about is Drew. So it's got to be about him. And I think Drew wants to establish a barrier between him and Willow and the temptation that they are dealing with, which seems to be constant. Willow's made it clear she doesn't want to betray Michael, but they can't stop thinking about each other. And with Drew running for office, a wife like Nina, whose family is close to now dead McConkey, whose seat he is running to replace, that could be a good political match. Plus, he does like knocking boots with Nina when he's not, making out with her daughter. So I could see Nina getting on board with being a congressman's wife. But when Willow and Drew finally give in to their passion, and I have no doubt at some point they will, it is going to be so much messier. And as of right now, Willow doesn't know anything about Drew and Nina being involved. So if he proposes and this goes public, it's going to get really weird really fast. And I'm sure Nina will have to explain to her, look, I was already seeing him before you kissed him, and I just, let me be a buffer to save your marriage. And Willow may appreciate that. Our third prediction, Carly and Brennan are going to spark probably after Lucky's safely back in Port Charles. So last week, Carly went to Brennan with a plea for him to find Lucky for her. Jason was very upset she talked to Jack Brennan. Anna has taken note just how fond of Carly that Brennan seems. And okay, at one point, yeah, he was going to kidnap Carly. But I mean, given her track record of dating mobsters and hitmen and, reformed serial killers, what's a little kidnapping between future lovers on this soap? Am I right? I definitely see chemistry with Brennan and Carly. And if they're not going to reunite her with Sonny, then it makes sense to me. I really like how Carly vibes with Brennan. Charles Mesure is sticking around. Looks like he is on contract. And we have no Carly spoilers, by the way, for next week. But on Friday the 20th, Robert Scorpio is grilling the local WSB boss, maybe for info that he gave to Anna about Lucky. I am certain, though, that Brennan is going to circle back around to Carly to ask for a reward for being so helpful, like a dinner date or something like that. And, you know, I think Carly likes him. And especially after having to be Sonny's alibi and her making it clear she doesn't want to get closer to him, maybe getting closer to Brennan will give her a bigger buffer to step away from her ex-husband. Our fourth prediction, Ric gets Ava's criminal charges dropped and Sonny is furious. So next week, we have a big showdown between Ric and Sonny, and Ava is right in the middle of it. A new sneak peek video has Sonny showing up to Ava's gallery to tell her that their custody hearing's next week, but he's having Diane change the date because it doesn't work for him. She's annoyed because he's keeping Avery from her, and she wonders if Diane's too busy keeping him and his family out of jail. She's right about that. Sonny makes a "don't provoke me" threat, and Ava is telling him, then give me back my daughter. Also on Monday, Ric shows up at the gallery. I suspect he's going to show up in the middle of this back and forth between them, and Sonny is going to hate to see Ric sidling up to Ava. Now, you already know that Nina asked Ric to represent her for her criminal matter, and he said no because he thinks that she was responsible for his grandchild's death. It seems like he probably has changed his mind. He definitely has changed his mind on it, and maybe after talking to Molly. So spoilers from an interview with Ric Hearst confirm that Ric Lansing takes on both of Ava's legal cases, her criminal charges over the Christina incident and also her civil custody case against Sonny. And Ric is a real shark, so I imagine her criminal charges are going to be dropped. Realistically, there are no photos showing Ava shoving Christina out a window. There are photos of Ava and Christina having an unpleasant chat, but they're not up against the window. There's photos missing, that make up those 5 steps from when Christina, pulled away, turned back, and then went teetering over the luggage and fell out the window. I think Ric's going to get it dropped, and, we'll see how it goes. I think it will help that Molly doesn't think it's Ava's fault and that DA Scorpio hates Sonny and Christina is his kid. And of course, if she gets those criminal charges dropped, that will only benefit her custody case, and Sonny is going to come unglued, and he and Ric have hated each other forever anyway. Our fifth and final prediction, I think young James may tell Violet about Willow kissing Drew, and then word spreads. So I think it was about 4 weeks ago that James ran away, hid in the Quartermaine boathouse when he was upset because Grandpa Mac said he couldn't have writing lessons from Cody. That's when he overheard Willow and Nina talking about her kissing Drew. The kid was rolling his eyes because they kept on talking and talking and talking about it, and he heard every word. And so far, he's kept it to himself. But what has inspired this prediction today is that thing with Violet and the baby gossip. So late last week, Tracy was livid and came in talking to BLQ and Lois about Violet's telling lies. And they're like, okay, what lies? And she says that BLQ and Chase are going to have a baby. And she said she's been telling everybody. So if Violet has been gossiping with the other kids about Chase and BLQ, then maybe James will join in with some gossip of his own, and then Violet repeats it. And in a game of telephone, it makes its way back to Michael finally. We'll see. Out of the mouths of babes and all of that. Thanks for listening to all of our predictions. Drop your comments on where you'd like to see these storylines go. Please subscribe if you haven't. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Come back soon. We are talking General Hospital 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.